The Kickstarter was something we had never done before, but we had a few friends that did. So what we did was kind of pick their brain about, hey, how does this stuff work, and how what kind of is the general thing we can be looking for. And a lot of it was family and friends, people, like that was the biggest thing. Like you're not going to get a lot of random people giving you a ton of money. Some will be. And the other thing was that it takes a lot of time, and it definitely did. So we started creating the campaign video and the campaign probably 2-3 months before. We created assets like, Instagram photos and video for Twitter and Facebook and all this kind of stuff to like just help keep going that, we're 10 days away, we're 5 days away. So it definitely took a lot of work, and it was really an interesting experience because I think it was the first like 3 days we had gotten like $3,000 or $4,000. We were like, whoa, like this is crazy. And our goal was 15. And we're like, wow, this is crazy. Like, and then it really started to slow down. And it started to slow down. And about 5 days later, we had a gentleman who gave a massive amount. And this was ironic because we did not know this guy. At least Zach and I didn't. Jeremiah, the writer, kind of knew him. From my understanding, they weren't like really close or anything. So that was incredible. And then we started getting people who were then donating, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. And what we found is we got a little bit lucky because of that kind of 2021, like post-COVID, things were kind of jumping back and people had money again that they didn't. And, crypto was up. So there's a lot of people that had extra money from like cryptocurrency that were able to do these sort of things that we've learned now is not so much the case. But yeah, it was really surprising. And it was surprising how great the feedback was from the community. And I believe we ended with 101 backers. And we raised, I think it was like 16,000. So we actually went over our goal, which was great because we went over. Technically, the budget of the film was right around 25,000. And what I would say is if people are thinking about doing Kickstarter, you really should be thinking about it 6 months ahead of time. And I think things like press are huge. Like if you can get press outlets to do articles, that's massive because when you launch in that way, the press is feeding back to it. And I've heard friends of mine say that it's like a full-time job, and it kind of feels like it. You're posting every single day on social media, and you really have to kind of beg too. Like you kind of have to get over any ego or sort of like awkwardness, and you have to reach out to people and say, would you like to give me money? Which is weird. And it's not always fun, but I think that's why, planning ahead of time and also knowing, is this the right project? Because I do think one thing that's really important about Kickstarter is that you do owe those people something, right? A product at the end of the day. It may not be the best product in the world, and it probably won't be, but I do think there is like a little bit of that, making sure you're giving them what you want. So if you're not there yet or you're not ready for it, don't jump into Kickstarter and don't dive in and take thousands of dollars, because there definitely is a little bit more pressure once you do that, which can be great, but it can also